Good evening, guys, and happy Thursday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, guys, I think there's a definite correlation between getting up early and going for a walk in the morning and being productive throughout the day versus not. Because yesterday when I didn't end up getting up early and went for my 1 mile walk, I was not very productive. I don't know why. I was like getting distracted sort of, and I just felt a lot lazier like yesterday. And that could have also been too because like I just had been again to like it was 2 days in a row of walking, like not just the walking but also the getting up early part, but just like that routine of doing it could have maybe been why I was a little bit more lazy yesterday, because I was like, oh, I didn't, but it also might have been because I didn't go walking, and so like, you know, I just wasn't, you know, like very productive yesterday because of it. But I felt like I don't know why, like I was like, I felt like I got up somewhat early yesterday, but I just still felt like I didn't have enough time to like get things done yesterday that I kind of wanted to. And also could have been too because like we went to the grocery store, so like that kind of like, you know, it's weird to try and plan things around that also. Like, so I know like earlier in the day I have time, and then like after we get back from the grocery store I have time, but like a lot of times I feel like I'm most productive almost at the point when we're gonna go to the grocery store whenever we're going, like in the evening. Like that's the point where I actually feel like I would be productive and like getting things done. Like I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna start working on this thing or like whatever, you know. So I don't know if that was also why, but like I don't know, I didn't feel like I got as much stuff done yesterday. Like I didn't finish my grocery list, I didn't really do any laundry or dishes yesterday. Like again too, my other grocery lists for the other grocery stores didn't get done, like that kind of stuff. And like Tuesday too, I felt like I got a lot of stuff done, plus I also cleaned the bathroom, so that also could have been another reason why, which is why I might have also felt sort of more lazy yesterday, because I was just tired from doing that too. And then again too, 2 days of getting up early and, you know, like I said, going walking and everything like that. Which again too, since I was telling you guys, it's like now that the weather's finally getting nicer, it's like we can go out and do that. Again too, I haven't really gotten up and done much physical exercise and, you know, again in the winter time and stuff like that. And so now it's just that adjustment that I need to get into, you know, by again to doing that every single day. But again too, it's like you gotta let your body catch up to that too, because you're gonna feel it. But then again too, when you're doing it for like a month, you know, then you push yourself further and you're like, I can do 2 miles, I can do 5 miles, you know, and stuff like that. And it's like then, you know, like you don't really even notice that, it, you know, like when you work your way up. But at the beginning especially too, you know, you're starting to be like, I can feel that, you know, the next day and stuff like that. So like I said, I don't know why yesterday just was not as productive, but today I got a lot of stuff done. I finished the grocery lists that I was supposed to finish yesterday. I ended up getting some editing done today. I also did dishes. I also made the broth for the soup that I was going to do today, but I didn't really, it's weird when I make the broth, like again too, I cook the whole chicken, which is what I cooked yesterday, and then I ended up making normally the chicken broth from like the scraps and the leftovers from the, you know, the leftover part of the whole chicken. And so when I do that though, it's really weird because normally I cook it in like again too to make the broth, like bone broth, but the difficult thing is that then I have to turn around and like turn that into soup, and I like to let it cook and like simmer for a very long time, and so it's very hard to like go from that then drain it out, but I have to wait till it's cool enough to drain it and like again to get everything that was in there out, and then so it's just the broth, and then I have to turn around and then turn that into soup and, you know, cook it with like vegetables and stuff like that that have to be soft, you know, so they have to cook for a while also. So it's always really hard to try and do that in the same day, so I like being able to kind of split it up and like do something the next night and then like I'm gonna do soup tomorrow. So that's what I did today. I made the broth for the soup, but I'm going to actually make the soup tomorrow, which is I feel like it's way easier. And also too, I've just like washed out the crock pot for the last 2 nights now, because like the first day I ended up making the chicken in it, then today I cooked the broth, and then tomorrow I'm going to make the soup in it. So I was just like, I just need to kind of wash it out, you know, and then just reuse it again for the next day also. So it's not something that I've had to like get like, you know, wash fully in the dishwasher and everything like that. So I haven't even had much dishes either, because I've been reusing the same crock pot for the last 3 nights for dinner dinner and haven't, you know, because again too, it's like I'm cooking the same thing in it. So it's not like I'm like, sometimes when I'm like mixing things, if I was like, oh, I'm cooking like this one night and then something else the next night, a lot of times I'll have to like scrub it and like all kinds of stuff, you know, too, like from whatever I possibly cooked in it the one night, like the first night. And then if I'm cooking something like completely different in it, I just like to have it like be washed and cleaned and like run through the dishwasher once before I use it again, which we have 2 crock pots, so I can just always use like the, you know, again, use the other one. So that's normally not a big deal, but I haven't dirtied the other one because I'm just cooking like the same thing. It's been the chicken, then it's the chicken broth, now it's gonna be the chicken noodle soup, so it's just been the same thing. And because the first day when I made the chicken in it, I used, I didn't put a liner in there, but I did put aluminum foil in, so it didn't like get like stuck onto the edges or anything like that, so it was just like a real easy, pretty, you know, like clean up to it, other than it was like kind of greasy, so like that's why I just like washed it out with soap and then ended up, like I said, reusing it the next night. So that's been nice too, that I haven't had to make dishes because I haven't been dirtying a lot from making dinner. But tonight we ended up just doing pizza for dinner, frozen pizzas, because actually my dad's gonna pick up another 2 frozen pizzas from Tony's tomorrow if they end up having them, but more than likely we'll end up having another 2, and I had nowhere to put them, so I was like, let's make pizza for dinner tonight, and now I can make the bone broth and then I can make the soup tomorrow. So it works out much better and much easier that way. So like I said, I like that. But we did have a lot of chicken left over, so might even turn it into like possibly like a chicken salad, which my mom really likes, or Jack has also been using it over salad. He really likes to just have like chicken salad, not chicken salad, but like just like regular like lettuce, like, you know, again, iceberg, romaine, whatever. He'll just add chicken over the top of it and just eat it like that. And he doesn't like anything else. He does not like tomatoes. He, again too, like, I mean, he'll have maybe cabbage, like, again too, if we get like the pre-made like salad mixes, like he'll eat that, and like carrots, but like other than that, like he doesn't like anything else in his salad. So I normally don't end up really like adding anything else to the salad. It's normally just like iceberg lettuce and sometimes romaine lettuce, and like that's pretty much it. But then he'll end up adding chicken to it, you know, or like whatever type of meat we normally have, but a lot of times it's chicken. So he's been doing that, and he likes that. Again too, there's that chicken that he can just use for that, but I'm going to use some of the chicken for the soup tomorrow also, because I did have, like I said, it was probably about like a sandwich bag's worth of chicken, like, you know, pieces that were left over, so that's why I'm going to use some of that in the chicken noodle soup tomorrow. And there still should be a pretty good amount left over too, so Jack can still have it for like salads or whatever. So again, it all works out really well. Again, that chicken, one chicken that ended up costing, I think it was under $4, you guys can see how much it ends up making for like all of that. Like, again too, I'm going to turn it into soup. We had it the first night. Now Jack uses it for the extra, you know, leftovers for his salad. You know, again too, you can turn it into chicken salad, like, you know, for sandwiches or however you like to eat your chicken salad. But like I said, that one chicken, just if you get like a whole chicken, and again too, they're normally kind of cheap. I mean, like 99 cents is a lot of times what I'll see them for. I got mine for 69 cents a pound, which was really good, but again too, like at most maybe $5 or $6, and it can go to making a lot of times 3 meals if you can kind of stretch it. And it depends on family size and how much you eat and stuff like that, but I mean, even like buying 2 of them and stuff like that, you know, you can stretch that for a bigger family and end up making still probably more than 1 meal out of it, and end up using the bones to turn it into bone, you know, broth, and then end up using like any scraps that you have left over to turn into chicken noodle soup, because you don't need that much chicken, you know, and then you just need like noodles and, like I said, the vegetables, which we have in the fridge conveniently. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow then for you know, dinner, and that it'll be so easy too, because all I really have to do is just chop up the vegetables, and then later on add the noodles to it, which we have like star noodles, so that's what I'm just gonna add, and then add in the chicken, however much I think we need of the chicken, and it'll be done for, you know, dinner tomorrow, which will be really nice. But I was thinking more like Friday night pizza night, but it just didn't work out that way. It was just easier to do it this way and have the bone broth cook all day today, and then end up doing the soup tomorrow. Again, I could have probably swung it and like been able to do it, like, you know, had enough time, but I was like, let's just make things easier and just do it the other way, because it really was. And like when I have tried to make it that way in the past, like do it the same day, it's normally like just a pain because it's so stressful, because I'm like, okay, is it done? Like I have to make sure I get up really early, which I was up early anyway today because like I said, we went walking. So like, but it was just easier to like make sure that like, let's just make sure that this cooks all in one day and cooks down and everything like that, and then tomorrow I'll just make the soup. And it just seems like it's, you know, like I said, the process, it's not like I feel like I'm rushing. And then I'm always checking too to make sure like the vegetables are soft, because that's why too, if they don't cook long enough, then the vegetables are still hard. And like that's the main thing, is that like it just doesn't have like the right consistency, and then it's like you have like crunchy carrots in your soup and stuff like that. So that's why it just, if I cook the soup all day tomorrow with the you know, vegetables in there, then it will end up, you know, they'll be nice and soft and tender. So anyways, yeah, that was what I was up to today. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff done, but I just felt very productive today. And I feel like it was because we got up early. I got my walk in this morning. I was able to, you know, again, just kind of have the rest of the day. And like, the thing is too, is that I can still spend some time being lazy and not feel like I've wasted my entire day being lazy when I get up early enough. But like again too, I was still able to get so much stuff done that I was like, I can sit here and watch the basketball game without having to do something at the same time. Like there's less time of me having to feel like, oh, I have to multitask. Tonight I was watching the Bulls game and the Cubs game, and so I was like, I have to work at the same time, which like I was, but I didn't have to really. Like I did for a while. I was watching the Cubs game without doing anything else, and I was like, I don't have to feel quite as bad because like I got so much other stuff done, and like, you know, again, was very productive today in general. So like I can be a little lazier sometimes and don't have to do as much, you know, when I have the whole day to try and do that, because I'm not trying to cram in all the stuff that I have to do in what feels like a much shorter period of time because I don't get up early enough. So anyways, like I said, I'm gonna take a shower, get to bed, because it is supposed to rain tomorrow. It's supposed to have started raining already. It's not right now, but it's supposed to rain like all day up until in like the morning and everything like that. So I don't really, me and Jack already said like we're not planning on going walking, because even if it doesn't, it's not raining right now, or it's like not raining when we wake up, it's supposed to, and I don't want to get stuck in the rain tomorrow. So we just both agreed that tomorrow we're not going to walk. But again, too, whatever days we do have available and it's not supposed to rain, we plan on doing it. Because originally when I looked at the weather, it was supposed to rain today and not tomorrow, but now it's like it moved a day back, which is normally how it goes with the weather. Like whenever I look something up, I'm like, oh, it says it's supposed to rain on Monday, or it's gonna snow on Tuesday or something like that, and then it's always like a day or two later than when I originally said it was going to, because I don't know, like the weather I guess gets delayed or something. But compared to the prediction of when it's actually gonna happen, it always seems like it gets pushed back like one day further. So but it also could have been like, oh, it's gonna rain on like Thursday night into Friday, and then it actually was like more a little bit later, where it's like, you know, started raining like real late, you know, like midnight tonight or something like that, and then it's supposed to rain until tomorrow or whatever. Tomorrow will be the you know, the main time that it's going to rain will be most of tomorrow instead. So again, either way though, we're not planning on going walking tomorrow, but that doesn't mean that I don't still want to get up early so that I can still be very productive tomorrow, even if it's not, like I can still go walk on the treadmill if I want to, because we got the treadmill out in the garage and I can go and walk on that. I don't know though, like the thing is that I like being out and like being able to be out and like see things and like what's going on and like everything, you know, like that kind of stuff. Whereas like walking on the treadmill in the garage, although I like it, like it would be really useful for like using in the winter time and stuff like that, it's just like I like the company of like going walking with somebody, and then also too like just being out of the house, getting to like see things around the neighborhood and stuff like that, you know. But even though like the last on Monday when it was really nice out, we saw so many people outside. The other 3 days that we walked, or other 2 days that we walked, was that right? We've seen like nobody outside, like again too, and I'm like, while I'm walking outside, it's actually like I'm pretty comfortable, like it's not really cold, like but I don't know, it was only like 50 degrees today, but while I'm walking, I'm like, I'm not even cold at all. I only just had like a sweatshirt on, and so it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't really that bad, but like nobody's outside like the last other 2 days that we were walking. But I still like just being out there, and like I said, just, you know, be outside walking, looking at the birds and stuff like that. Because it's funny, the first day I think we went walking, there was a bird, and I was like, oh, what is that? Like I couldn't tell what it was. And then it was funny, today I saw probably what was a crow, which is weird because I don't normally see like crows around. We get a lot of grackles, which we don't normally get crows, and there was like 2 of them that like were right near us too, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. I was like, I can identify that bird. But this other bird that I saw on Monday, I didn't. So like that's just the kind of thing, like I like to be out and like going and, you know, like I said, seeing things and that kind of stuff. It's just like walking in the garage is kind of boring. Like, I mean, the thing is though, is that like it's convenient enough where like I can bring my Switch out in the garage and like play it and walk on the treadmill at the same time, or, you know, do something like that. But I do kind of want to, because I haven't used the treadmill that much, so I might try and get that in tomorrow, even if we aren't able to go out walking. But you know, like I don't want to run on it really, because that wasn't what we've been doing anyway. It's just been, you know, like I said, getting in like a good walk workout, kind of power walking, but I don't want to run. So there's a couple of preset ones though in there that are like long distance walking or like shorter walks, and then there's other ones that are like running, and then some that are like running uphill, you know, because it has like an incline on it. And so yeah, those ones I'm not planning on doing, but I can maybe get like a medium walk in or something like that. I don't know how short the short walk is, like it's like 10 minutes, because normally we walk for like, it's about like a half hour or so, and it's close to like about a mile. It's been over a mile so far, but it was weird because today seemed like it was shorter. Like the distance it said that we walked was shorter than what it was the other day when we walked, and we walked the exact same path that we always do. So I don't know why it said we walked like 1 mile less or something like that than it was the other day. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna take a shower, get to bed. I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog though. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give the big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.